Hey there, guys. Welcome to Anthony Reviews, where Anthony reviews. And today we have another collection video for you guys. It is all about the Star-Spangled Man with a Plan, Captain America. Really, Steve Rogers, but Captain America obviously sells a bit better than just saying Steve Rogers. But I recently did a Marvel Legends. I say recently, it was like 6 months ago. I did a collection video of the Marvel Legends X-Men, and I kind of split it up into little sections. And we're going to do a similar thing here. Maybe you do, maybe you don't know, but I have a goal to own every Marvel Legends Captain America figure there is. I do not currently have that, but I have most of them. And I know this will be outdated in a couple months because there's already another Captain America figure coming out. But for now, I want to show you guys my collection, and I hope you enjoy. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. So starting it off, we're going to go way, way back in the Marvel Legends line, back to its original owner, and that being Toy Biz. So, Toy Biz obviously had the rights to make Marvel Legends. They started this whole line way before Hasbro, and, they made quite a few Captain Americas. As I already stated, I don't have every, Marvel Legends Captain America under the sun, but I do have most of them, and here are 4 of the Toy Biz figures from way back in the day. So this first one, this is obviously dated by today's standards, but it gets the job done. It has that classic Captain America feel. The face, I feel, hits that really well. It goes for a painted design for the scale armor as opposed to sculpted, which goes on and off throughout Captain America history. As you know, it's a Toy Biz figure. It's quite old, so its joints are really loose, so it's going to be fun putting it back over there. The shield is scuffed, unfortunately. I guess if I had better figures, that star doesn't look super great, but all in all, this guy gets the job done. You know who it's supposed to be. It feels like Captain America, old, strange, but iconic. I guess that's the way to put it. Then over here, we have probably the best Captain America out of the Toy Biz line, and for some people, still the best Marvel Legends Cap, period. Like, the face is so well detailed. We have the sculpted scale work as opposed to the painted ones. We have the details on the gloves here and just shading detail, everything. Like, this guy has it all. He looks really, really solid. It's one of those things where, like I mentioned, I think for some people, this is still their go-to Marvel Legends Captain America. And I think it just has that super heroic look to him. It fits the bill really well. It's a huge improvement over that one. And, yeah, I think it holds up. Not like most figures where it's because of like, oh, it can go with your other figures. I think if you were to put this with Hasbro figures, it would stand out completely. But he still has a really, really nice look to him. And I do think it's worth picking up if you get the chance, of course. Then we have this sort of throwback Captain America, kind of meant to be his more first appearance. The helmet, the cowl doesn't go all the way down. He's got the more angular shield as opposed to the round one that we know. This one's great because I love the way the colors sort of look. Like the reds and whites really bright, but the blues are a bit more muted. A bit of a darker blue than some of the other ones. And yeah, I don't know. This guy just looks really, really cool. I dig him. This is something where it feels very late Toy Biz, early Hasbro, where it sort of bleeds that line really well. And, it's stylized without being overly stylized, but you get what it's supposed to be. It's that first appearance, Captain America. It automatically feels retro just by looking at it, and I think it gets the job done really, really well. You'll notice a lot with these, like this whole part of the torso just always looks kind of awkward, but it's all right. And then lastly, we have the Ultimates Captain America. Obviously very similar to that Captain America back there, but in his more Ultimate Universe design with the brown and still the scales, but like there's like a difference here with like the red circles, no wings on the head, like, it's supposed to be an updated Captain America look without going too crazy. The face is, it's interesting. I don't know why he's got like green schmutz on him, but whatever. Yeah, same kind of shield though. Overall, I think it's an interesting figure. If you're gonna go for either of the two, you're gonna go for that one. But the Ultimates, it's here. It reminds us of that period of time where the Ultimates were a thing. Ultimate Marvel was was a thing that happened, and this is proof of it. So, yeah, I guess that's something to be proud of, right? I don't know. But that's all we have for the early renditions of Captain America. Let's move on to the Hasbro era. All right, so we're officially in the world of Hasbro. They've got the Marvel Legends license, and this is kind of what I like to call like phase one of the Hasbro Marvel Legends era. And like I mentioned with a previous Captain America figure, there's figures here that kind of feel like they could maybe be in the Toy Biz era. And at the same time, they're very distinctly Hasbro. Like you can tell with these faces, like these faces especially, this is the Hasbro era of Marvel Legends figures. We've entered this world. But I guess let's just go ahead and get to the first figure that we have here. So this is another one sort of bringing in the sort of Ultimates world, as sort of giving a retro but still realistic depiction of Captain America. He's got like the goggles and the helmet with the A on it and a gun, and he's got like the retro shield. I actually quite like this figure. This is a figure that does get another update later down the line, but overall I think this is quite a neat figure here. I think this first came out, at least this version that I have is definitely from the sort of 2011 era of Hasbro Marvel figures, which I don't even think are technically under the Marvel Legends brand. That's like under Captain America figures, but I mean, it's a Marvel Legends figure. Come on, like, you recognize what it is. It's Marvel Legends, but yeah, it looks really good. It fits that sort of classic feel pretty well. I like it. And then here we have the sort of Agent Steve Rogers. Of course, this is post Captain America's death. Bucky Barnes has taken up the mantle of Captain America, but Steve Rogers is now back, and he's like a SHIELD agent. And so he's got Captain America-esque colors. He's got the red, white, and blue, and he's got the star, but he's not Captain America. He's just Steve. And I mean, for the time, this head sculpt isn't bad. Like, it gets the idea across that that's supposed to be Steve Rogers, and it's an updated look that obviously inspired some movie looks as well. A lot of the stuff you can tell inspired movie looks, but yeah, it's not Captain America. And in terms of like this mold, which is used again on those two, I don't really care for it, and I'm glad we've moved away from this style of figure for sure. But hey, it is what it is. Then we have here another kind of different interpretation of Ultimate Captain America. He's got the gray and he's got a vest on, a lot of pouches. It's like he's going to war. He doesn't have the wings on the head and everything. So yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting sort of like, it's a lot more streamlined than some of the other Toy Biz ones. Like, this is clearly a body that's designed to fit a different set of figures, and they're just going to paint whoever they need to on it. But yeah, we've got like a silver for the shield as opposed to a white, which, kind of comes and goes. A sculpted in gun that you cannot remove, which I always think is lame. Same thing with like a knife and whatnot. So I understand sculpting gear, but like, I don't know. I'm not the kind of guy that wants to have weapons molded in that you can't take out, but whatever. Yeah, a lot of detail on like the gloves, but we don't have shading anymore. They're just kind of painted on. We've got just sort of laces molded but not painted. There's not a lot of detail on that. Sculpted detail, not paint detail. So I mean, he gets the job done, but definitely not a favorite of mine, I would say. Then we have another similar rendition of Captain America. He's got sort of the gray, the ultimate sort of similar design. That really doesn't like line up well unless you have it in like the certain spot, but I'm not gonna have his arm out like that. It's gotta be more flush to there. Yeah, once again, silver shield. I believe this version, or at least a similar version, came in like a 3-pack with who did it come with? I want to say it came with like Miss Marvel and Radioactive Man. It's a weird 3-pack, but yeah, it's almost the exact same figure, but with like blue pants and some just slightly different details here and there. Different shade of blue, and it uses the same head sculpt with some slight different paint details. So, I applaud Hasbro for their efforts during this period, but if you were to ask me what was some of like my favorite Captain America figures, it wouldn't be these. So they get better. Let's just say that they do get better. Moving on to the next phase of the Captain America Hasbro era, we have like the post 2014 version of Captain America. So right up front here, we have the Marvel Now Captain America. This came out once again 2014, around the time of Winter Soldier, based on his new look in the comics at the time, really trying to update it, kind of make it comic booky and sort of in line with the MCU. I've had this figure for quite some time. Like, this is one of the first, if not the first, Captain America Marvel Legend I ever picked up, in 2014, which, I mean, it's 2021. This is almost a decade old when you think about it, which is crazy to think that this is like the new modern Captain America, and it's about to be a decade old in just a few years. Like, that's crazy. But, I like what they did with it. The shiny red, the deep blue, it's got knee pads and sort of different padding effects here and there. They tried to sort of replicate the scale look, but it's now sort of a honeycomb padded look, a nice shiny red back to the white for the shield. It's not the cleanest figure, but it is what it is, and I quite enjoy it. I have a lot of nostalgia for this figure. I will say that. It represents a time I remember I was reading the comics at the time, and this is when I started collecting Marvel Legends, so always a special place in my heart for the Marvel Now Captain America. Okay, now these two are like a double feature, essentially. So this is the same figure. This is, how it came with two different heads. You'll notice these little straps that are designed to make it look like the shield is on. Yeah, they fall off super easily, so I'm not even gonna worry about if he's wearing these. Don't worry. But he's got a wolf head to represent that time he became a werewolf, which is neat because it's like this is just a standard Captain America figure. But it entices you if you feel like you have enough Captain Americas. You get a wolf head. This is the start of this body, which does get reused quite frequently. And I think it works for Captain America. It's solid. The head is a little too big, but I still think it works. And you can see it's reused there and there. And, I've got two of them just to have both the wolf representation and the regular Cap representation. So, I mean, it's certainly not a bad figure. I think if you only had one Cap, this is totally doable. Yeah, and like I said, you have options if you really want to spruce it up for your Captain America shelf or your Avengers shelf or whatever. Next, we have the Secret War singular Captain America. This is a weird one. So like this is based off of concept art for a book that came out, but he did not wear this in the actual book itself. Like purely concept art. This is a concept figure, which is bizarre. So we have like the newer shield, but it's got the silver on it. A lot of silver on this guy. It's supposed to, I guess, kind of be like Covert Ops Captain America because it's a secret war. Not to be confused with Secret Wars from the 80s or Secret Wars from the mid-2010s, but like a different secret war. And like a bunch of characters had outfits that weren't used, and this is one of them. And I guess they just needed to put out a Captain America figure, and they went with this. I don't hate it. I like that it's different, but I mean, yeah, it's just a strange one. It's very, very strange. Yeah, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it. I think it's cool conceptually, but if this is your one Captain America figure, he does look kind of just what's with the lines? There's so many there's so many lines on this guy. I don't get the lines, but yeah, American flag instead of a star, big spiky wings. Okay, you do you, Cap. Whatever you got to do. That's fine. And then lastly here, we have the sort of vintage Captain America. This was late 2017, I want to say. They sort of released like a line of vintage carded figures. And so you have like these bright blues and whites and everything. And, you've got like a smaller star with some nice bright colors on it. Interesting thing about this one, paint error, the wings on mine aren't painted. So like that's interesting. I mean, it's not that big of a deal and actually kind of feels like it's sort of like a vintage figure where they just sort of cheaped out and didn't paint the wings. Even though I think on the figure this is based on, they did paint the wings, but still, it provides like a weird look to it, almost like a knockoff. But you can see here they went for the painted look for the chainmail scale armor thing. You know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. This is a weird one, but I like it just because of how different it is from the other ones. Like that's standard Cap, that's make believe Cap, that's modern Cap, and this is like goofy retro Cap, like you'd see him on a cereal box. That's what this represents in my mind. Is like a weird sort of like what we think of retro Cap, and I guess that's what it is. It's meant to be vintage, made today. But you know, that's all the Captain Americas here. We've got more Hasbro ones, so let's just go ahead and move on to those. All right, and here we have some more Marvel Legends Captain America figures. We're getting closer and closer to modern day, really. And of course, we got to start off with what is considered to probably be one of the best modern day Captain America figures ever. And that's this boy right here. This is the 80th anniversary Captain America. They did a whole 80th anniversary Marvel line with Iron Man and Thor and with some other stuff. So like the nice deep shield with the deep blues and just the sculpted scale armor and everything. Like this guy looks great. I mean the eye on this is a little wonky, but if you can fudge it. He does come with another head though, so you get 2 chances at making that look really good. And yeah, I don't know. This is just probably the best Captain America figure that you could probably get nowadays, just because it's got everything you want. You know, a nice shield, deep, sparkly blue. I quite like it. I don't know. I don't really have much gripes about this. I think it works pretty well, all things considered. And then they sort of took the base of that and said, hey, what if Venom? So I guess there was some sort of big Marvel Comics event, sort of Venomized versions of characters. You know, there was Miles Morales and Spider-Gwen and all sorts of various characters. And so this is the Captain America Venom. I like the blue on the shield and the way it's kind of like sloshed on, the way it's overtaking the star. I mean, this is a Venomized Captain America. It's not Venom as Captain America. It's Captain America Venom. So, yeah, or wait. Either way, it's Steve Rogers. This is Steve Rogers on the mask. That's why I have it. It's a super weird one. I honestly don't think I would have gotten it if it weren't Steve Rogers, but I do applaud it for just being a neat toy. Like, this is kind of neat looking, and it's got all the Venom details mixed with Captain America. I don't know. It falls into that category of like, sure, okay, I'll buy it, and I did. So that's what really matters. He's got like, he's gonna get you. Okay, let's get into the Iron Boys. So this was made as Hydra Cap. During the whole Secret Empire storyline, it was revealed that Captain America believed he was a secret Hydra agent all along. It turns out he was brainwashed or then recreated by the Cosmic Cube or something. I don't really know, but this is like a Hydra Captain America. It's okay. Yeah, and then they did it again in sort of Captain America colors. This is based off of like a mobile game or something. I don't know. I don't care. He's called Civil Warrior. He killed Tony Stark and then he felt bad about it, so he put his heart on a shield and was like, I guess I'm a new man now. And so that's good. I mean, these are cool, but like, these are just sort of filling the shelf, if I'm being honest. But they're kind of neat. They're not bad figures. The paint, I like the way it's like chipped. It's kind of cool. And then, of course, we have the 2 Gamer Captain Americas. I actually did a review of this guy on my channel, so feel free to check that out if you want. And then they did a redeco in black, I guess because it's a simple repaint and it's a way to get out like a Captain America head. Even though I don't think this head looks like Captain America in the game whatsoever. I think it kind of looks like Captain America, maybe, with a little bit of Aaron Eckhart in there. But, I mean, yeah, these figures are fine. They get the job done. If you like this sort of, it's the same shield. If you like this sort of take on the character, then sure. I don't hate it by any means, but it's not a favorite. I think I like the black suit better. I think all the details and all the paint really pops better on this one than this one. I don't know. I feel like I just lose everything in all the different shades of blue. Meanwhile, here it's like black, gray, and silver. So it's really simple in its presentation compared to this one, which is like blue, 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 and maybe some red in there, and like, yeah, I don't know. So if I had to choose one, it would be this one, but they're both not stellar figures in my opinion, but they're not terrible either, so yeah, take it what you will. So that's pretty much it for all of the comic book and I guess kind of video game or cartoon or whatever you want versions of Captain America, but you're probably wondering, like, there's a whole section of Captain America I haven't touched on. And you are correct. It is the MCU Captain America figures. So let's just get right into that. So here we have the first batch of MCU-themed Captain America figures. Of course, Chris Evans portraying Steve Rogers in these films. Fantastic job. And we have quite an evolution of outfits here. So first up, we have the first Avenger-style Captain America. I wish they would do an updated version of this suit, just because this particular figure, you'll notice I have the plastic wrapped around the gun because I just never took it off because I don't want him to lose it. But like this figure was made for the 2011 first Avenger movie, and then they re-released it in the Winter Soldier line in 2014. And it's a fine figure, but it just feels outdated compared to these figures even, and of course, newer figures. It's vastly outdated. And just, he wears this outfit twice. Well, I mean, technically, there's minor, I don't know if you guys know this, there's minor differences in the first Avenger outfit and the Winter Soldier outfit that he wears at the end of the film, such as an additional stripe down the middle here. Never understood why that was, but hey, it's there. Anyways, this figure is totally fine. It's completely serviceable. I don't see any major reason they would remake it other than to make me happy. The shield is a decent size. Of course, we have the silver and all the details there. Yeah, it's a cool, almost, it's a very much an adaptation of like the Ultimates outfit, and given it that real world feel, which is totally fine by me. I dig it. It's a nice looking suit. Just wish it was a better figure, I guess, because it's a decade old. Then we have the Avengers outfit here, which of course, the Avengers went to try to update the World War II look into a more superhero look. And yeah, I mean, it's an interesting attempt, and this figure adapts in an interesting way. He's obviously a little too tall, and his shield is way too small. But I mean, it gets the overall job done, I suppose. I mean, this is probably most people's least favorite suit, and I can't imagine it's anyone's favorite figure, but like I like the colors enough. I think that the reds pop really well, and yeah, it is what it is. And I know I said that a lot in this video, but it rings true. So don't worry, we'll see this figure again in a very different way, but the exact same way later on. So don't worry, he's coming back. And then we have a man who really sets a trend here. I would say that most, if not all, the rest of the Captain America outfits after this are clearly based on this design, for good reason. This is the sort of stealth Captain America outfit. It's a lot more lean. It's a lot more, I don't know, tactical without it being like crazy like the World War II version. He's got like this weird blue shield that is very brief in the movie. He's got the shield logo as opposed to like stars or stripes. He's got an American flag right there. This is a secret agent Captain America as opposed to the big, red, white, and blue hero that we know him as. But it takes a lot of elements from that sort of other Captain America design that we saw earlier in the video, for good reason. Like I said, thematically, he's supposed to be a secret agent, doing covert ops, running in, getting stuff done. And yeah, this figure, you're going to see, obviously, similar designs to this for the rest of the video. But yeah, it's pretty good. Still not a great likeness on Chris Evans, though. That doesn't happen for quite some time, if I'm being honest. And then we have the immediate follow-up in Age of Ultron. As I mentioned, you can clearly see the inspiration from the previous suit. It's almost exactly the same, just Avengers-ified. It's got the really, really bright colors. It's got an Avengers logo as opposed to a SHIELD logo on the shoulders there. Big, bright shield, bright blues. Like, this is almost too bright to the point where it's not very accurate to the film, but it does look like, a nice comparison to the Secret Agent Cap. You know, this is full-on superhero, Avengers mode, Captain America. So, I mean, comparatively, not exactly my favorite, but I do appreciate that it's so distinctly, like, different in terms of, like, this is the secret covert one, and this is the superhero, you know, language, or whatever he said in that film. Yeah, but it's good. It works. So, we've got our first chunk of MCU figures, but we have quite a few more, so let's not waste any time. Let's just get into those. And so here we go. Quite a few more Captain America figures here. Civil War gets quite a bit of representation, and then we also have some, you know, other movies as well. So first up, let's just look at the first Civil War figure. So this one here, almost exactly the same, if not exactly the same as the Avengers outfit, just with a different paint job. You know, a more movie-accurate, deeper colors. He still has the Avengers logos on there, which, you know, by the end of the film, he actually doesn't. But, you know, overall, it's the same outfit, just a bit more realistic. We have those nice tight wings on there, nice big shield, bright colors. Yeah, I mean, not much to say about this other than just it's very accurate looking, and it gets the job done. So it looks like he does in Civil War. Then, if you wanted to see what Captain America looked like if he fell down in Civil War a lot, this is it. You know, he's got some sort of, I guess, it's meant to be like battle damage, like he's been bruised and beaten, and it just looks like mud. It looks like someone threw a bunch of mud at him. I don't remember that part, but, you know, that's that. He's got some various detailing on the boots, and of course the shield is where all the detail is, just fighting Captain America. No, he's wait. Fighting Iron Man, and this is what happens, I guess. Which the scuffed look does look cool. It's an interesting look to it. I won't lie. It's just like clearly concept art Captain America as opposed to the end of the movie Captain America. It's the same figure but dirty. This is actually a figure I held off on getting for quite some time, you know, it's just kind of like, it's just to have it. You know, there's nothing particularly special about this Captain America other than that he's filthy. And then we have another Civil War era Captain America. This one is designed, like I said, for that film, but came out in the era of like Infinity War. There was like a bunch of Marvel Studios 2-packs for their 10th anniversary. So overall, it's a very similar, same figure. The colors are even more muted, more accurate, and we have probably one of the best Steve Rogers, Chris Evans heads that we've gotten in this entire line, which is one thing just because I have a little bit of trouble, because if you think about the movie Civil War, right? How often is Steve Rogers without his helmet but in the suit? There are other films where he does that. Avengers, he does it quite a bit. Winter Soldier, he does that. But like this movie in particular, ironically, is one of the very few movies where he wears his helmet most of the time when he's suited up as Captain America. So the shield looks really good, though. Probably the most accurate depiction of the shield that we've gotten, and the Steve head is just too good not to put on, so it's on there. Yeah, it's a shame that this isn't like the Winter Soldier body, because then that would be perfect, but you know, it is what it is. You could just take this head and put it on a Winter Soldier body, but I'm not going to do that. Then going from Civil War to Infinity War, we have a figure that honestly, it gets a lot of flack, but like, here down, figure looks great. Like, it's got all the detail, the stars ripped off, he doesn't have the logos on the shoulder, the colors are nice and muted, and then you get this, and it's just, yeah, I don't know, like, I guess I can kind of see it, but like at the same time, that's just not how Steve Rogers looks in this movie. He looks shocked, first of all. He looks dumbfounded. Luckily, there is a new figure coming out that looks much, much better, but for many people, this is the J. Bowman, you know, Captain America for Infinity War. I like the rolled up sleeves look. You know, it's the same suit, but it's a little bit different. He's got a whole new torso. So, yeah. It's that face. That face. You know, he's coming. He's coming for you. Oh, God. Oh, my goodness. I'm so sorry. And then lastly here, we have actually a pretty decent Chris Evans likeness, you know. This actually came with 2 heads. This has a removable helmet as I peel it off. And, you know, he's got that first Avenger combed hair look, which I quite like. And you just pop that helmet back on. And you have the sort of dirtied up shield there, which looks quite good. I really like that. And you have his, once again, Ultimate expired. Captain America look. You know, he doesn't have the outfit yet. He's wearing his sort of goofy stage show outfit underneath all this leather and straps and everything. So it's a very, very cool figure, and I'm quite happy with this depiction of movie Captain America. Probably one of the better Captain America figures from the MCU lines, honestly, really. And sorry, did you think that that was it for movie Captain America figures? Because you're wrong. I'm sorry. We still got some to go. So just hang tight. And to top it all off, we have the Endgame Captain America figures. You know, Captain America's big finale, essentially in the MCU. Steve Rogers' big finale, at least, and quite an array of figures here. So first off, we have the sort of quantum suit Captain America. And this head sculpt is actually from the 2-pack that I was just referring to, the first Avenger 2-pack. I just popped the head on here because, you know, when they're in these suits, they're helmetless, so it makes more sense to have this. I mean, this whole suit is inaccurate in terms of the movie because it's based on concept art, so nothing you can really do there. But hey, you know, he comes with a shield, you pop a Steve Rogers head, and it works for what it is. It's a very interesting sort of figure because you have to know what it is and why it is, but overall, I mean, it's a pretty fine figure. You know, this is for people that want to complete their MCU shelf or their Captain America shelf or whatever. It's not exactly for the casual fans out there. And I told you he was coming back. We have the Avengers-style Captain America figure in the movie, of course. He goes back in time and he meets himself and he fights himself. So if you want to have him fight himself, you can. The only problem is that he doesn't come with an unmasked head. He comes with a masked head, which, yes, does have a better likeness than before. And actually, here's a comparison for you. You know, this is the original, this is the new one. And, you know, it's got a new upper torso, and it has some different parts and a new head and a better shield. But, like, he still has these, I hate these hips, the ones where you have to, like, move them in order to move the whole. I hate it. Hate these ball hips. And he's still a little too tall. I mean, this is the whole Captain America's ass bit, and I'm not going to brag about that ass. Just saying. So, I mean, it's cool to have an updated Avengers-style Captain America, but it's still not too great, in my opinion. But, whatever. What are you going to do? And then, arguably, one of the best, if not the best, Marvel Legends MCU Captain Americas there are. You know, this is the worthy Captain America. He comes with Mjolnir. He just looks great. I mean, you take out Mjolnir, he's still a fantastic looking Captain America. He's got the bulk. He's got the sort of, you know, chainmail design that we all love and have seen a couple times now with Captain America. Dirty shield from fighting Thanos and all that. So, yeah, I think he looks stellar. Like, I don't know. I don't think I need to convince you that this is one of the best Captain America figures in the entire line. If you get one, this is probably one of the better ones to grab. If you're looking for an MCU cap, that is. Like, this is just, I don't know, like, he just looks so good. He really, really does. They nailed the MCU look with this outfit. It's a shame it's his final look, but they got there, right? They did it, so that's good. So that does it for the MCU figures, but we still have a couple more figures until we wrap up here, so let's just jump into those. So right here, we have Captain America on a motorcycle, which he's kind of been known to do before. So this is based on the sort of Ultimates look I mentioned when we looked at a previous Ultimates Captain America World War II look, that, you know, they did it again, and this is that figure. You know, we get a nice figure, we get the sort of retro-style shield, and we get this cool-looking motorcycle accessory with it, which is pretty solid. You know, it's got enough detail here and there, enough cool paint apps, and a good Captain America figure to go along with it. So, you know, that's pretty neat. And then real quick, just because I have it, this is one of the newer retro-style Captain America figures. You know, it says Marvel Legends, look, right there. It says it, so it counts. You know, I'm not lying. Yeah, but this figure, it's designed to be like what if Keter had made sort of Marvel Avengers type figures back in the day, X-Men, Spider-Man, you name it, and it's part of their sort of Marvel Legends 375 line. So I will count it just because of, like I said, it says it right there. And then the last two figures I have are these two behemoths. So I guess this could be argued if these are Marvel Legends or not. I mean, one's Toy Biz, one's Hasbro. They're both clearly large Marvel Legends figures, so I mean, I think it counts. It counts enough, but I think these look pretty good. You know, this one's a little bit dated, but it's got the nice paint detail on the head sculpt, and you know, this is a 12-inch Marvel Now Captain America. It's not stellar. It's not my favorite, but I appreciate the amount of detail and all the different sort of things that they were able to do with this figure. The 12-inch lines, they always show up and then they always leave. You know, I just don't think it's what fans really want. But they're cool figures. I will not deny that I think these are very, very cool figures in their own right, at least. So there's that. So here it is, folks, my Marvel Legends Captain America collection. Here is every Steve Rogers figure that I own, all together in one spot. It's a lot of Steves. And of course, I do have love for the other Captain Americas, Sam, Bucky, John Walker. You know, there's quite a few different ones, and I do love them, but my heart belongs to one man, and that is Steve Rogers. So that is the collection here. I do thank you guys for watching. You know, this is something that I was quite happy to finally get out. There's just so many Captain Americas, so many versions of Captain America, that it's great to finally, you know, have them all out in one big display place. But yeah, feel free to check out my other collection videos. I've got other reviews. I've got all sorts of fun stuff, toy-related content. And I certainly hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell if you enjoyed this video. If you didn't enjoy this video, then I guess do whatever you need to do to tell yourself that you did, because this was spectacular. I'm just kidding. Or am I? I don't know. I'm on @AnthonyLantern on Instagram and Twitter if you'd like to check out more. I'm sorry, guys. I've been talking for a while. My tongue is all twisted and tied, but toy content, other content, check it out if you'd like. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.